to the product that is formed. What product are we measuring? Oxygen. Good. Okay. Today, just draw directly up from pipette or from the bottom over a test tube like this, and then you stretch it after a minute. Specifically, do we have anything more specific than after a minute? Where does the fast come?
Yes.
And then it got a little bit darker towards the end.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. 1 minute. Exactly. No, stop it. Reset. Okay. Ready? Wait. All right. So then up to here. Yeah. Oh, very nice. Yes.
Today for the lab, we used this lab to as a supplement to what we've been talking about in class with enzymes.
Enzymes interact with the substrates, which in class we learned how they should react, and now we were able to illustrate it by creating our own experiment with it.
And basically what she had us do is take an enzyme, peroxidase, and combine it with glycol and peroxide.
Instead of like just learning about it in theory in the classroom, we get to see it actually happen.
How is teaching biology today different than it was when you were a student?
It's very different. When I was in high school, biology was a class where you memorized stuff. And I'm a really good memorizer, so that's why I liked biology at first, because all I had to do was memorize things. But now it's a lot more about applying what you've learned. It's a lot more about they need to ask their own questions and design their own experiments, and that's kind of what the lab today was. They were doing the background so that they can design their own experiments later. It's a lot more about them asking the questions, and if they're given a certain scenario, at least now they have the process in the back of their mind that they can go back and integrate that in with and apply it to that. So solving problems is key now where it didn't used to be.
Miss Hoegerman, it's funny because she gets really, really excited about biology, and but she, for her, it's how much we know and how much responsibility we take in learning. And she treats this class very much like a college class, and it's preparing on your own and taking charge of your own education.
When you're confused or when you ask her a question, she doesn't simply restate like what she already told. She words it in a way that makes the students understand, and that leads to connections in other areas of biology.
I mean, we did request her to be the teacher for the AP Bio, so there's obviously some sort of like connection that she has with the students. She makes sure that they learn and that she does the best that she can to make sure that we learn and actually understand it, rather than try to just get a test grade or just make sure you pass this.
What's the most important thing you teach students at Hesperia High School?
Well, obviously I teach them as much biology as I possibly can, but as far as life skills or skills to succeed in college, since I have mostly, if not all, college-bound students, I really push time management and being able to ask for help when you need it. Those two things were the things that if I didn't have those two skills going into college, I wouldn't be where I was. So I really try to push with them, organize your time, that way you can go to bed at a normal hour and be functional the next day. And if you need help, ask for it. Building those relationships with professors in college really helped me. So I have them trying to do that now, and that way when they go to college, they're more comfortable doing that.
What do you learn in biology in the year? Why do you take biology? How do you apply it to what you're going to do in adult life?
It's one of the most important subjects to me because I really like learning about how we're made up of everything, how everything's connected through this whole science theories with everything that we're learning, and how everything is just made up. It's interesting to learn all the basics and then go more in depth of our prior knowledge that we had.
Do you know what you want to do? You want to study, and what are you going to do?
Biochemistry. I really like how you can combine chemistry and biology and make it into like what happens in like natural organisms and stuff like that.
Do you know what you want to do, what you want to study, or what you want to become?
Yeah, I do actually. I'm planning on majoring in communications, but I like the subject, so I take it.
The three girls that we talked to have had your classes since they were freshmen, so they have been in your classes for 4 years, or 4 years have known you. When you started out as a first-year teacher, what are things that were the toughest for you as a first-year teacher as you look back now and say, wow, it's so much easier now because?
I remember a lot of me trying to figure out how to emulate my old teachers, trying to figure out ways that I could communicate with my students and be a supportive role model, just like my teachers were for me. It was easier than I expected to actually communicate with the students one-on-one because I was pretty young starting teaching, and so the age difference wasn't that different there. But honestly, one of the challenges was doing more labs. I don't think I did as much lab experience in high school as I would have liked to do, or at least stuff that I don't really remember doing as much. I know we did tons of labs and things, but trying to set them up is a whole different world, and I totally appreciate my teachers now for doing that. But yeah, probably figuring out more labs, figuring out ways to make them critically think instead of just memorize. Those were the big challenges at first. Now it's getting a lot easier to do that.